Welcome back to Netherlands. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
Yeah, there was a bit of a
That was a bit of an
problem
issue
on
there
my side.
going on. Bram, are you live at the moment? It's not coming up with anything that's live at the moment on Twitch on my end.
I'm very positive I'm live. I'll have a look.
I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it says live.
Okay, good.
So yes, unfortunately, we had a few issues there with the streams, seeing if everything is going to plan. We just got to communicate with the admins that everything is going smoothly. Just
Yeah,
communicate
we've had a
this,
bit of a
and then we
calamity from my side here.
will be ready for the Dutch Grand Prix. So, Bram, as we were saying in qualifying, it's going to be quite a close run down in sector one. You know, you've got turn one, you've got turn two, and you've got the downhill section. What are we going to be expecting from lap one? Because it could well be a very interesting spectacle.
Yeah, I expect drivers to go for it on lap 1 as it's very hard to overtake at Zandvoort. And this is the best chance of making up those positions which you might have lost in qualifying if you are not starting in a good position. There will be drivers taking a lot of risk, and I expect to see a couple of calamities here and there.
Yes. Those of you that are joining us, we just had a few technical problems. Bram's game did unfortunately glitch, but we are back now ready for the Dutch Grand Prix live from Zandvoort. So this is going to be very interesting. Still wait for the drivers to ready up. Is that the same on your end, Bram?
Yes.
So it looks like there's no rain. We was talking about rain. You said that some drivers opted for mediums in qualifying. But I don't think there's going to be rain that's going to take place. The skies are pretty clear here in Netherlands. But yeah, Bram, we've got a very interesting race ahead of us. I mean, there's not really much to say in terms of this could well just be an incredible race. I think one definitely dominated by strategy rather than overtaking, because obviously this track is very difficult to overtake, but if you're on the right strategy, you can gain a lot of time with undercuts, overcuts, that sort of thing. As you can see, it's either one stop out from soft to hard, or two stop soft to soft and medium, or maybe you started on mediums, just like Smurfing and Sinclair, and that could have a good race here. Gaining time. What's your thoughts on starting on mediums, Brad? You said in qualifying in your session that it weren't the ideal type to start on.
No, I think the medium runners will be trying to stretch out their mediums and go onto the softs at the end of the race, but I doubt if that's a good strategy. I think the gap between the hards and the mediums is not too big, and they will have to do a lot of laps on those mediums to make it work.
Well, just have to see what's going to take place, won't we?
Yeah.
Obviously, we're warming up those tyres.
Those tires, which he makes go so quick.
Yeah, I'm so confused. 7.8 he did. That's insane.
Yes.
In terms of pace. Warming up those tyres up, braking, warming up the brakes as well. It's quite a short run to turn one as well, so I think that'd be in the back of his head. You know, not too much time. Obviously, next week we're at Spain. That's a much longer run down to turn one, so
yeah,
he should be able to cover off the lead down into turn one.
Definitely. Well, let's have a look. Who is your pick for a win and or maybe a surprise podium, Maudi?
I think Bruno Will is going to be P1, but I am saying that Hamjam is going to be on podium tonight.
I'm picking Eke here. I think the Finnish driver will have a good race.
Here we go then. Bram, you're saying Eke could have a surprise race. I'm saying Hamilton's going to be back on the podium. Here we go then, Bram, for the Dutch Grand Prix here at Zandvoort. I don't know if I butchered the pronunciation there, but it's 4 lights. It's 5 lights for the Dutch Grand Prix live from Zandvoort, and it's lights and away we go. Decent start there from VC. What a start from the McLaren already alongside, but Winnow cuts him off. Well, you know, it stays there. And now we've got some glitching going on, so I'm a bit baffled by what's going on here. Bram, what are you seeing? Bruno will lead the Grand Prix. It's very
I'm
glitched out.
seeing Salt locking up.
Mercury's off the circuit. He's down in last place.
And Kevin had launched an attack on GRT Salt, but it was unsuccessful. We see Firebird and Jamham getting really close together. Eke losing a couple of positions. That is not looking like a good bet so far.
A much cleaner lap from the drivers from last season. Last season at this point we had, I believe, 3 drivers out of the race. So that's a nice clean start there from everyone involved. Matty's left the section to Matt. Oh no.
As we see the Smurfen getting really close up the back of EQR. Biscuit decides to not go for a move.
Oh, it's been a spin!
And
Norris
the Mercedes is off.
Grand Prix. Norris is spun. Norris is out of the Dutch Grand Prix. He's out of contention. P16 there. Looks like he's had a bit of contact with the Williams. Side by side, it's Smurfing and Biscuit there as they come down now into the first corner. The more glitching going on. Apparently it's lap 3. I ain't got a clue what's going on. And Smurfing's got the place. Smurfing's got a place there, Brown, on Biscuit for 12th place.
Both Mercedes on the opposite ends of the spectrum here.
We're gonna have to.
One at the front.
We're gonna have to wait,
one at the back.
Bram, for the gaps to sort themselves out. Excuse me while we get.
Alpha Dan on the back of Eke here. Eke goes a bit wide, going on board, then locking up, and that will be a big factor in this race as well. Tire heating through the middle sector is a real pain. If you can manage that very well, you might be able to make some moves and just have an overall quicker race time here at Zandvoort.
Obviously, as I said, we're not going to be expecting much overtaking to take place. It's going to be, it's just about consistency.
Dumble side by side with Eke. He's not really got the crunch on the straight. Uses a bit of overtake already quite low.
Yeah, you can't really use much overtake. Danny's getting involved as well in this. There's a yellow flag, I don't know.
Also see
sorry. Mercury, sorry. Mercury hasn't really had a better start. He's on a set of hards, of course, so he's going to be quite slow at this point anyway. But, Mercury just not really having the start that he wants. And it looks like...
Dumbos has gone wide. DJ Danny goes for down the inside.
It looks like we've got a bit of glitching going on with Jamham. Apparently he's a lap down, but he's actually... between Ferrobird and Eke.
Dambos is struggling here.
I don't know what's going on. I'm a little bit confused.
He's looking to line up a move. He's outside of the DR. Oh, just got sneaked in, so it will be difficult for DJ Danny to make a move. And DJ Danny is
out to the Dutch Grand Prix. He's absolutely messed that up there. I was about to swear, and he's got damage down the pitch straight. And he's out of the Dutch Grand Prix contention on a hard. And there you go. That is absolutely shocking news there for the Red Bull. It looks like he had his stop go as well. Oh, that is shocking right there from Red Bull. Right, Jamham Bram is glitched in P7, so. He's between Eke and Ferrobird. He's on the back of Ferrobird.
He is ghosted as well, and it's really close between those drivers. Eke, Ferrobird and Jamham here through the chicane at the final sector. Bruno Will already pulling outside of 1 second of Vizzy, but Vizzy is keeping up with him.
They're not losing too
Surprisingly
much
well.
time.
Yeah, surprisingly well. Matty back in the session. As we see Jamam going for a move on Firebird down the inside of the Tarzan bocht. Deploying the overtake. They're going side by side. Oh, and they let each other live. Firebird maintains his position. Eke now side by side with Jamam. They make a little bit of contact and he spun Jamam around. Jamam is also out of contention and now Dumbos is on the back of them.
Jaman would have been ghosted there on his screen. So I don't know, there's a lot of glitching going on in this. So is tier 1 as with the glitching? I don't really know.
And now Dambos has also managed to get past Eke. I wouldn't be surprised if Eke has picked up a bit of wing damage. Sink Liam also on the back of the Finnish driver.
Let's have a look. I can't see any damage. Maybe it's just been a bit, caught out by him. But what position is Jamham in now? Is he at the back? Is he at the back?
He's last. Except for he's in front of Danny and Matty. He's P14.
Okay. That's unlucky there for the Ferrari. But he's probably sending P5s, that's good for him. Actually good on turn 1, it's Salt. And VC, Salt and VC, but it's Salt's got the P2.
Nice move from the Ferrari driver here in turn 1.
Salt up in a P2.
Is
he going to challenge Bruno Will? We're about to find out.
And it's getting really close between Eke and Sink Liam here, almost touching through the banked hairpin. The Smurfen also getting himself into this fight from the back. Is that a good start? Yes.
Only lap 6. I thought it was way later into the Grand Prix than lap 6. So much has happened. For Netherlands, so much has happened. You don't expect this much overtake in Ryan's handbook.
As Eke will definitely be lining up a move, but we also see Vizzy right on the back of JRT Salt, quite low on ERS though, having about 25% less than JRT Salt here. We see a yellow flag through the chicane, just a little bit of a glitch I think. Eke really close to that.
Yeah, it's quite glitchy, this lobby.
Sink Liam deploying the overtake.
Oh, really Eke on the back of Dan.
Eke going down the inside.
Eke on the inside of Dan. Is this going to be? It's going to be better. It's a better line around the outside actually. So that's why Dan has been able to keep the position. But yeah, good use of overtake there from Eke. He's still got 80%, so he's very high on his ERS.
Yeah, definitely. Bruno
yeah, it's like
2.5 seconds ahead of the competition here.
Oh, that
is not a nice line for Eke.
That was an awful corner then.
Yeah. As we see,
Liam's made a mistake and he's got his Smurfing. The Dutch fans are going to be absolutely going wild in this section now. See the grandstand to the left-hand side of that section. So he needs to hurry on.
ooh, Sink Liam also going a bit wide here.
He's highest running medium right now. Is it Liam?
Sink Liam, yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's have a look at the movers and shakers of the start.
Here we go. Sorry. Eke up the inside, bruv. Sorry, Eke up the inside of the Tarzan corner, as we like to call it. You like to call it the Dutch version. I like to call it the Tarzan corner. Oh, Dan. This is very aggressive from the Brazilian. He's definitely trying to, show his mark. Leave his mark in Tier 2 in Netherlands here.
As we also see DJ Danny making a move on Matty at the back of the field. Matty going slightly wide, that will give Danny an opportunity, but he can't make it stick here.
Yeah, Matty's lagging a bit on mine.
It's all kicking off in the midfield here. They're really close to each other.
Yeah, it's all kicking off, but what is kicking off now is Echoes under pressure from Sink Liam.
Definitely. It's close there. It's a bit of a train. Dambos is not having the best of races so far.
Mercury joins the back of his trailer now as well, so he'll be fancying his chances as they now come on to lap 9 of the Dutch Grand Prix. No change of position as yet. So
St. Liam looks up.
It's going to be all about
goes
strategy, Graham. It's going to be about strategy here. Who's going to manage to get the undercut on all these drivers? Because our track position, I would say, is probably the most important this season around Netherlands.
On board with Danny once again, deploys some to overtake, trying to go for a move once again on Matti. Goes for the outside, switches to the inside and makes... Not yet, and he makes it stick. Beautiful move for the Red Bull boys there. Good racing from those guys. As we go back to the midfield battle. Really close fight here.
Very interesting. And Eke has got some very good ERS. But I'll tell you, somebody who's got good ERS. This Smurfing. Look at his ERS.
Yes.
He's absolutely flying at the moment. Biscuit's got good ERS as well. So Biscuit and this Smurfing are going to be flying down the straight.
And I think this Smurfing will be going for a move here. He knows that St. Liam is low on. Not yet. Not yet. He's definitely got the ERS advantage over his...
Definitely. And he gained so much obviously in braking as well. So
yeah, definitely. As we see a Ferrari of Jamham going into the pits.
Jamham's in the pits.
Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, he is. Oh, he's glitching everywhere.
Messed up. Yeah, he's glitched on the circuit, isn't he? So
yeah, he was in the pits. He definitely was.
there's a little battle commencing here actually. Vici's catching up to Salt, and Kevin is catching on to the back of Vici here. So a good little battle commencing going on a little there.
Yeah, Vici will definitely be feeling the support of all those orange fans here, wearing, as Lando Norris likes to say, their McLaren overalls, which is, I can confirm, definitely not the case.
Bruno Will's flying here in Netherlands. Let's have a look at this midfield battle, Bram, because they're coming back onto the straight now. Eke's got going to have DRS, and dives into the pit lane. He's going to go for that overcut move.
Smart move from the Brazilian driver, I rate that.
There's going to have a lot of clean air,
Yeah, and this will unleash Eke. He has got a lot of ERS. I wouldn't be surprised if he will go for a 2-lap overcut. He might not though. Well, actually, I think he will. He's got some medium drivers behind him who will definitely not be pitting yet. I think that's a likely option for the Finnish driver.
Those shots are going to be going off as well, so this is the opportunity for Liam. But Liam hasn't really been saving his ERS, so that's going to give Smurfing the opportunity now.
Really close on the back now of Liam.
Smurfing's got some very decent pace.
Full battery of ERS.
I have to keep an eye on Dan, Bram.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Because Dan is going to be looking at decent. He's on those fresh hards.
As we see most of the front guys also electing to go into the pits, and almost all the drivers have gone into the pits.
Sinks in the pit then. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, you will go for
Eke's got a 5-second time button for speed in.
Oh, that will hurt his chances here. Let's have a look where Dan Bos ends up going around the
Dan's coming around the Tarzan corner now. He's going to be alongside Eke.
Side by side with Eke, and
he's going to be close to Eke. Has he done it? He's done it. He's overcutted it. He's kept the position. P11.
Nice one. And now let's go to the front, as the top two guys have elected to stay out, but JRT Salt, FXBR Visi and Alpha Kevin have decided to go for an undercut here. Alpha Kevin very close on the back of Visi, who has lost out to JRT Salt here.
Yeah, a lot of time.
Probably got held in the pits. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bruno Will also in the pits. Well, he can afford...
Mercedes pit crew are even quicker out the pit lane than Bruno Williams around the Zandvoort circuit this evening. I'm jumping the pit lane. Fresh set of hards for him.
And we see the Smurfen going into the lead. No, not even into the lead. Bruno Will is more than a pit stop ahead.
God.
Well, where will they come out? And they have all undercutted No, they were already ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say what's
just
going
behind.
on. Right then, Salt
Rejoining
then,
just behind.
Bram is 9/10 by 9. So I think he's made his pit stop, hasn't he, for the end of the Grand Prix? Yes, he has. So he's going to the end now on those hards. We've still got Norris to pit, Mercury to pit, Biscuit to pit, and Dismurfing to pit. I don't know why Dismurfing, sorry, not Dismurfing, Liam pitted. Because Liam was on a set of mediums, so I don't actually know why he pit.
I think he wanted to.
Yeah.
He was probably struggling with tire temperatures. As we see a battle here, Alpha Kevin going side by side, and Hamjam has got the move done on the Brazilian driver.
Hamjam was on for a podium.
That was a good move. As we see also the Smurf appealing into the pits. They are going for the medium to hard. As we see a Red Bull off here. It's Danny. Once again, he's not having a good race here.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much.
Norris
and Hamjam's had a big moment out of first corner.
Norris and Salt also getting very close for comfort there.
This has been a very decent Grand Prix in terms of battles.
Definitely. Yeah.
I must say that. And Danny has retired from the Dutch Grand Prix.
This is giving me a bit of trouble here. He's retired near the pit entry, and that will be a full course.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yellow, the safety car comes
the
out
safety
on
car's
track.
Out, guys. Oh no!
Okay,
the safety car is out, guys, and last week we had a safety car for the whole race.
Oh, this no, but for real, this is really scaring me here.
He's scaring me
retired
now.
near the pit entry.
Oh no! But then what are these drivers going to do then? They're going to opt to maybe go on another set of tyres? I don't know. This is gave the guys here in terms of, you know, Mercury, Mercury Biscuit, all them, gave them a free pit stop. Well, really,
Norris opting for soft.
It could be the only time they...
Eke into the pits. That's an interesting move from Eke. He will be serving his 5-second penalty. Let's have a look which tires he elects to go onto. He goes onto the mediums. I rate that. That's a smart move from him. Jamam also going... Oh, no. He's having a bit of a glitched race so far. He went into the pits and then got glitched out of it. And now he's back in. And he's driving backwards. That is not the way you want to go at an F1 race.
Yeah, Jamham is really lagging. I don't like it.
Me neither, me neither.
Oh, pitching. I actually don't know where he is on the circuit, I'm not going to lie.
He's now rounding turn 4, the banked hair.
Right then, so I'm getting a little bit scared now, Bram.
It's looking good for Mercury and Biscuit here.
It's looking good for Mercury and Biscuit, but it's not looking good for our brains right now, you know, our memories from last week. It's not looking good, you understand? So
we're getting a bit of flashbacks.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of flashbacks here. But everyone, stay with us. We're going to be bringing you coverage of potentially a great race here in Netherlands. Because that's how Mercury's now going to be on a set of mediums. Same with Biscuit, so they're going to have the pace. Are they going to be able to take mediums 20 laps?
Think Liam elects to go into the pits. Have a look what tires he will go into. The medium tire.
It's on the mediums.
From him. Well, Madi, as the race has been neutralized here, let's have a look at the movers and shakers at Zandvoort circuit. We see Mercury and EQR Biscuit really benefiting from that safety car, both up 6 and 7 positions respectively, and also on fresh medium tires.
Fresh mediums, yeah, they're going to have definitely a big advantage when it comes to the restart.
Yeah. I think during the course of the whole race, I think the mediums will might easily make it to the end, and they're already in a good position. I wouldn't be surprised to see EQR Biscuit up into the top 5 and maybe even further. Same goes for Mercury. Vizzy has lost a position. Won't be too bothered. Fairbird losing to the Williams guys in P7 and P8. The Smurfen also a big winner up into P10 from P16 on the grid. We're doing his home
Right, so
nation proud
in this
here.
lap, here we go. We hope that is going to be the only time we see that in this Grand Prix. Norris is going to warm his tyres. He's in P11. He's going to hope for a good restart. He's coming in on the softs. Okay.
Well, yeah.
What is he
Looking
doing?
good for him.
What is Norris doing? He's on
overboard.
soft. What's he doing?
Might be a big brain start, you know.
Mercury
you never
is
know.
going to be absolutely hyped for this restart. He's on a set of mediums. He's going to be hyped. He's
As Bruno
coming in.
Will bolts and JRT Salt has definitely been caught out
Oh
here.
my god.
Is he right on the back
Oh
of him?
dear.
Oh, and he makes a
and
mistake,
Salt
goes onto the
completely
gravel.
messed up. This is going to be incredible. This is going to be
They're side by
insane.
side.
Side by side. Down in the turn 1. DRS. No DRS, sorry. It's ERS. Salt then down in the turn 1. It's going to be a dive bomb up the inside of the Salt there. Up in a P2. We've got Amjad on the inside of Kevin. And Mercury's got VIP tickets for this. As they come through now. Come up to the bank corner, turn 3, side by side. Salt's going to push VC. It's going to be side by side. It's going to be incredible.
Oh, Fizzy down the inside.
VC, yeah, VC up the inside. Oh, what is
Salt
going on
has
here
just
in
maintained
Netherlands?
the position here.
Kicking off,
Amjad
Mercury to
losing
the
out
P6.
big time here.
Mercury to the P6, side by side. Mercury and Amjad down into the down round there. Around the outside goes Amjad out to the round the outside. The Alpha Tauri, sorry.
But they're still side by side.
round the
Fairbird and
outside.
Random still side by side through the middle sector.
Still
side by side, they make contact.
Side by side. This is incredible. Up the inside goes Amjad, keeping off the
Still
curb.
side by side.
Keeping off the curb.
Contact here.
Side by side, overtake mode is enabled. Oh,
Let's have a look at the onboard of Dan going through the hairpin. Hamjam taking it very cautiously, and Fairbird's getting moves done. Dan goes down the outside.
it's incredible.
That was an incredible restart.
Major.
Absolute mazza.
Mazzoline right there. Mercury then, slipstream. I don't think anyone is going to ever shout like that at a Dutch Grand Prix.
Eke going down the inside of the home driver, the Smurfer here.
Around the outside comes the better line. He's going to try and hold it, but Eke's got the mediums. Round the outside goes to Smurfing. What a defensive move there from the Haas. But Eke's going to have the better line around the
Eke
outside.
holding
He's
it
gonna
round
cut
the
his way through now.
outside.
Overtake mode. Here we go, side by side, down the hill. Oh,
Outtractioning
this is phenomenal.
him here. And the Smurfen
Apparently,
defends
it's yellow
his
flag
position
around the
through
whole circuit,
Schijfvlak.
apparently.
Yeah, it's a glitch, don't worry. It's only on our screen, I think.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Crazy scenes here.
That was definitely what we were looking for in terms of
Oh,
this
Mercury
Sandford
picked up the
race.
penalty.
That will not be good for the... As we see Norris going down the... making moves on his soft tires here. Then was disconnecting from the session. That will make life certainly a lot easier for LSR Norris.
I just picked up the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Okay. Okay, interesting. Brian, what you saying?
Your fastest lap. It was Salt who's picked up the
I'm just
fastest
seeing a
lap.
yellow flag around the whole circuit. It's scaring me.
Eke once again on the back
This
of the
Smurfing is
Smurfen.
ignoring yellow flags, so it looks like there is some yellow flag glitching going on in this Grand Prix. Looks like there's
Those
no
penalties will
no
definitely be
overtaking
removed.
allowed, I don't think.
I don't think so either, as Eke goes very wide and Sink Liam not getting his nose in for that move.
Yeah, Liam Khan.
This point in time, Eke having a big oversteer moment.
Bram, sorry. Yeah, the drivers are getting penalties for ignoring yellow flags. So it looks like the drivers are not actually allowed to overtake because of the yellow flag that he's out at the moment.
I think that is definitely correct. And he has disconnected from the session. I think Liam going for the move nevertheless.
Yeah, I think Liam's going to get a
Under
penalty.
those yellow
If he pulls
flags.
this off, he's going to get a penalty.
Going down the inside of Eke. Eke maintaining
He's
his
going
ground
to
outside.
he's going to get a penalty.
And he decides, thinks better of it.
I think if you overtake someone, you're going to get a penalty. I think that's how it's going to.
And the green flags are
The
out.
green flags are out. There's no
full
penalties
force.
now, boys. There's no penalties now.
And we can restart this banger of a home Grand Prix for me here.
Crazy scenes
A
here.
Red Bull.
This has actually been, I'm not going to lie, this has actually been a crazy Dutch Grand Prix.
This has been the best race so far, as we see a yellow flag behind. That will probably be for the disconnected Dan Bos.
Yeah.
Hamjam has really lost out on that restart. He's down in P8 right now.
What's he doing? I had him off the podium. What's going on?
Enabling the overtake. Still enabling it, using the DRS.
He's got no ERS. I'm going to see sector 3 yellow flag.
And Eke has had a big problem there.
Echo's crash.
I think he has had a spin or a crash of some sort, as we see Hamjam really close. He will be looking to make a move on Farabird.
So unlucky for Eke. He's got damage now as well. Yeah, he's going to be retiring, I think, at the end of this race. Well, the end of the lap. See him.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no, the yellow flags are gone now. I get so scared.
Yeah, same here. EQR
I remember the
Biscuit
same
and
thing. I
Mercury
remember the
have
same
to get
thing
a move
happening.
on.
Track last season in Tier 1 with that happened.
Yeah, we had it in Belgium as well, in Spa, but you weren't there, of course. But there was a yellow flags on track for like 4 laps straight.
Are you joking?
Everyone
So I could
was
have
getting
actually still
penalties.
kept in P2. Are you joking?
Yeah, you would have stayed in P2 after the safety car, like until like lap 8.
I'm fuming. That's actually got me fuming now. Kevin P4 then. He's had a very solid season so far, Kevin. He's been
just
consistently up there.
yeah, definitely chipping away and maintaining his position in the top 5 at every race so far, I believe.
But obviously, last week China doesn't count because you know.
Yeah, that's true. As you said, Eke has retired from the session here. See Mercury close on the back of Biscuit. Biscuit has spun around! And he's broken his front wing, and that's Biscuit out of the race, and he rejoins very dangerously.
He's out of the Dutch Grand Prix, rejoins dangerously, and there's all calamity down there. Emirates are not going to be happy. You've just destroyed all their signs. They're going to be fuming.
And we see a Ferrari and AlphaTauri going side by side. That will be the glitched car of Jamam here.
I mean, Biscuit.
Kevin also
that wasn't very
close on the
good.
back of Vizzy. Alpha Kevin going for a move on Vizzy here,
Oh,
using the overtake
sorry,
button.
Brown. I'll tell you something. Mercury's going to be buzzing.
Yeah, defo. Biscuit was not looking quick on those medium tires. Mercury will be looking to get a move on these top 4 guys. But I have to say, these guys are in a bit of a league of their own, as Jamam is out of the session. He's gone off at turn 1 and he's left the session. I think his AI will be continuing the Dutch Grand Prix
Is Mercury
for him.
catching these drops?
Yes, so far he is.
Mercury
He's
for a
caught up 3/10.
Is Mercury on for a podium on circuit?
On circuit, yes. No, it's lap 23.
No,
Maybe.
but he's catching up to drivers that are on the podium. That's what I'm getting at.
We see. LSR Nor is not
Is
in
he
a
all
good
right?
position
No,
here.
is Mercury feeling all right?
Ooh, I'm not too sure.
I'm a bit confused. Is he all right? Because he said this is worst circuit. He's currently keeping up with the podium finishes at the moment.
Once again, a strategy masterclass from Mercury here. He's had a good race with the strategy at Bahrain as well.
Crazy. Just needs to stop cutting corners. but if he can get, you know, out of that 3-second window on Ferrobird, then, you know,
Madi, Jam needs to invite. Jamam needs to invite. Oh, he's already.
he's glitched. Apparently 3 minutes down,
So
so.
we see the Smurf really close on the back of LSR Norris here. Norris really struggling on those soft tires. The Smurfin will be looking to make a move very soon, as he probably picks up a warning by going wide there.
I don't know what Norris is doing, because he's on a set of softs.
His tires are absolutely done for.
What's he playing now? Surely he's gone hard on the safety car or mediums. Not up for a, you know, a set of stops. Yeah.
Let's have a look if he peels on into the pits. He will
Oh no,
have
he
to
pitted from
quite
hards.
soon.
He pitted from hards to softs. Maybe he made a mistake. Maybe he was, you know, wanting to go on mediums.
Yeah, he goes into the pit.
Yeah, maybe he was glitched there. Well, it's unfortunate for the South African driver. STB's first ever South African driver, may I add.
Very cool.
Wow, one that actually lives in South Africa and is South African. The one driver that was born in South Africa, he went on to win 2 championships in the league. But, you know, drivers that have actually lived in South Africa, from South Africa.
Ferrobird, we had a big oversteer moment through sector 2.
Right then,
Gemma
so
gains a lot of
Mercury
time.
now needs to, you know, take advantage of that, because he's on for P5. If he doesn't pick up any more penalties, Bram, he's on for P5 here. So this, he said he'd be happy with 1 point from this Dutch Grand Prix, and he potentially could be coming out with 10. So he'll be chuffed with this.
Yeah, definitely. As we also see EQR Biscuit. Oh, that's Dambos who has.
Someone said
disconnected,
earlier,
unfortunately.
LRS Norris for the win. I don't think Norris will be winning this Grand Prix. He's currently in P11. Yeah, it's been a race to forget for him, but you know it's been good, a good test session ahead of tomorrow's Tier 2 race. That's going to be an absolute cracker tomorrow.
Definitely. As we see at the front here, Alpha Kevin really close on the back of Lizzie.
I'm going to have to see as well, because Mercury, if these two battle really hard, then this could give Mercury an opportunity to catch up, but he has to be careful. He needs to keep it within 3 seconds, the gap. So he does need to be careful on what he's doing in terms of timing. But he's keeping it consistent at the moment, Bram.
And there's
Kevin's
a
to the
Renault of
inside.
EQR Biscuit.
Kevin's up the inside of turn 1. He's going to have the outside line. Crazy. Kept it. Bruno will again leading this Dutch Grand Prix, but of course this is only race 2. Strictly speaking, due to last week's glitching.
Yeah.
So this is race 2 for Tier 1.
Vizzy once again looking in shape for podium here.
So where did Vizzy
official podium? Sorry?
I was reading a comment. We got a lot of LSR Norris fans in the chat, it looks like. But one thing that I just want to point out, I can't remember the results from Bahrain. Did VC have a good race in Bahrain?
To be honest, I can't remember as well.
Okay, well we'll just
think we
keep
the
an eye on
Renault
this battle.
boys were
We'll keep an
quick.
eye on this battle, and then we'll see.
Definitely wasn't on the podium. We had Aletalia, Kevin and Bruno Will in the top 3. So this would be his first official podium. Let's have a look. Hamjam still stuck behind Fairbird here, goes on to
It
the
was,
grass.
it was
Not
Kevin.
last line.
It was Bruno Will, Kevin, and Italia. So Kevin needs to try and get a podium here. I mean,
That will be
he still could because Salt's got a penalty. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
I think that was a ignoring yellow flags penalty, though, wasn't it? Was that ignoring yellow
We'll
flags?
see after the race.
We'll have a look. I'll have a look after this. JRT Salt. No, sorry, it was a corner touch penalty that he has received. I don't know how many, but he just said he's got a pit stop penalty. Obviously, tier 1. We don't keep an eye on penalties that many people have got. It ruins the anticipation of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it keeps, Rix's memory as well. So there you go. Injects it. Anyway, moving on before I get tearful. Kevin, is keeping the gap to BC, currently 4/10 of a second, 4 or 5 as they come through the second sector. Yeah.
Is he very low on ERS here?
Well, so is Kevin, really, and so is Mercury. Mercury we use it a lot.
And Mercury probably doesn't have the pace to catch up to these guys anymore. The mediums will be comparatively slower and slower to the hards. As we see Tauri off in the back, and that is Matty going for his weekly fidget spin.
What a surprise! Matty span again. What a surprise!
Fidget spinners out in full force once again.
Yeah. I don't think there's been a race where Matty has not span.
That's correct. In tier 1.
Like,
it's true.
Come on.
This season.
Come on, Matt. Get it sorted.
Step your game up.
Yeah. Get it sorted. Don't be coming for STB Moundy Strike when you're spinning.
As we see it.
Oh, and he's spinning into the pit lane now as well.
Very close.
Spinning into the pit lane goes Matty.
Hamjam, the Smurfen and Firebird in the battle for P6.
He's diagram
through Schijfela corner.
I
think the Smurf is eyeing up a move on Hamjam here.
Yeah, sorry, I was watching the Smurf and I forgot to point it out. He's very quick behind Hamjam and Firebird. He could cause an upset for Firebird's chances of getting P5 here. So obviously, you've got to keep that 3-second gap. So this could cause an upset.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'd be all for it personally. Oh, maybe not.
Look. Kevin deploying the overtake.
Mercury picked up another penalty.
Going down the inside on turn 1 on Vizzy. Vizzy maintaining it round the outside, and he once again out-tractions him. They make a little bit of contact with the front wing and the rear wheel.
VC has done a great defensive job here.
Yeah, definitely.
What is it?
Yeah, Vizzy definitely making some good defensive moves today. We also saw Dan Boss making some strong defensive moves as well as China.
Mercury is going to drop 9th at the moment, I think. I believe he's got 2 penalties.
Kevin might be going for move once again on Vizzy here. Not a nice line through the final corner.
And Bruno will another fastest lap. Present. Muzzle in.
Crazy pace. Crazy pace.
Yeah, Bruno Welsh just in
It certainly died down a bit here today.
Pardon?
It certainly died down a bit here today.
Yeah, we had a banging battle. We had drivers going side by side, left, right, centre, and now we can't even see a single overtake going on, apart from VC and Kevin going to turn 1. But apart from that, we ain't seeing anything.
LSR Norris
and
in the points on his debut. Yeah, definitely not here for it.
Yeah, Norris P10. Oh, and Matty. Mate, best after the race, he'll be after the lap.
Yeah.
But
He's outside of the point, so he won't get a point for it.
he's been shocking today, so...
True. Once again. And that's why
shocking.
Norris in the points on his debut, not the best race from him,
But
but
no,
the points is something he
if
will
we
definitely
think about
take.
this, from, you know, Team Pittsburgh perspective, Frank Stock
I'm
is
sorry
gonna
to
be
interrupt
fuming.
you, but I think Hamjam is going for a move on Fairbird. Deploying the overtake, sending it down the inside. Just
Mercury's
not
lost a
enough
lot of time
braking
here.
power. And Mercury will engage in the battle very soon.
As I was saying, Matty has not done AlphaTauri any favours this season. He needs to pick up the pace. Next week we've got the Spanish Grand Prix, I believe. Yeah, Spain. So, yeah, he needs to pick up the pace.
Beautiful track, Spain.
So, yeah, he needs to pick up the pace next week.
Oh, and Hamjam has a big moment and he loses out to the Smurfer, gets a big snap of oversteer through the right-hander in the second sector. And that will mean he loses a position on track to the Smurfen.
I mean, Hamjam has been struggling with that back end throughout the whole of this Grand Prix, so I'm not really surprised that he's had a moment there.
Mercury now really losing a lot of pace on those medium tires. There's 3 laps to the end. I think on track he will be able to maintain his position until the end. Also interesting is the fight for the final podium position. Kevin still not finding a way past Fizzy with some beautiful defensive moves from him today. The Williamses are really close now. Mercury definitely struggling here. He's also low on ERS, that won't help him either. Yeah, Firebird is looking for a move here.
DRS. Mercury's going to be fuming. He had great pace, and those mediums have completely fell off. And now
Going down the inside here, and Mercury concedes the position.
He's going to be fuming. He's going to be absolutely fuming. He's going to lose position to the Smurfing as well. He's going to be livid. Already so for Mercury. He's running in such a good position, and then he starts to completely go. It's just not his day.
And while those dull few minutes have gone past us here, we are almost moving on to the last lap, and we will see some aggressive battles going on as drivers seek to make up some lost positions during the race in those last 2 laps. Bruno Will now going through the Arie Luijendijk corner to start the final lap of his once again dominant display. Let's go on board with Kevin here, his last chance to make a move. He might just be too far away here. He's also just within the 3-second window of JRT Salt here. That will be an interesting one for the end of the race.
Well, I hope not, because that means that we won't be able to get any sort of interviews, because VC potentially could get us an interview, but I'm not sure.
It's his first podium, and I rate his English, so I think we can get him in.
No, I think VC's had a podium before, hasn't he? He's had a good result.
In China.
Oh, in China, yes. And then he...
Yeah, exactly. So this is his first official podium. As we see now, Kevin getting really close to Vizzy here.
Oh, yeah.
Is he getting distracted by the disconnected car?
I wasn't thinking about China. I weren't thinking about China.
It's better. We don't need to think about
China. We don't need to think about China. What we do need to think about is Bruno is going to go around the final corner. to win the Dutch Grand Prix from Zandvoort. He wins the Dutch GP. Thought that's a penalty. But FXBR VC here is going to come into P2 here in Netherlands. He gets the podium. Kevin misses out on the podium there by 0.03 of a second. Ferrabird is P5. We're going to see where Mercury is going to finish now. It's P8 for Mercury in the end. Liam gets up to P7. It's not the podium that I thought it would have been for Hamjump. He's P6. Ferrabird P5. Norris crossed the line. He's P10.
As we see JRT Salt getting a podium by 0.03 of a second in front of Kevin here.
Absolutely really crazy scenes here in Netherlands. So we're going to get the interview from VC and Salt. Salt on his debut and it's a podium. Great performance from him there.
Good performance from him.
Definitely something that he'll be hoping to build on.
Definitely performing to expectations here. Norris getting those points and Salt with a really strong display in the race. Getting that podium despite having a penalty.
And there you go. That is the Dutch Grand Prix. Live from Zandvoort. And Murphy finished driver of the day. He'll take that in his home race. But...
And I agree with the game here.
Really?
Yeah. I think we can't give them all to Bruno Will. This one has to go to the Smurfer for his good recovery drive. Who are you picking?
I'll pick Bruno Will. The dominant display this evening, I mean.
There's a reason why Hamilton is not getting all those driver of the days in real life, huh?
Yeah, because
people are bored of dominance, so that's why I'm picking the Smurfen for driver of the day.
People might be bored of dominance, but it doesn't matter because Bruno Will picks up the 25 points. He wins the Dutch Grand Prix. Second is VC, his first official podium in the league. He's going to be buzzing after China. Obviously, we don't count that. Third is JRT Salt on his debut. Fourth, Alpha Kevin. Fifth, Ferrabird. Sixth, Hamjam. Seventh, Liam. Eighth, Mercury. Ninth is Murphy. 10th, Norris. Decent start to Tier 1 race in there for him. 11th, EQR Biscuit. 12th, Matty. And your non-finishers were Dan, Jamham, Eke, and DJ Danny. Yeah, that is your classification for round 2 of Tier 1, because the China did not count. That is your Dutch Grand Prix results. Bram, what did you make of that race? Very interesting in terms of it's Netherlands, but we still had some very decent battles that took place.
Yeah, the battling up until the safety car restart was very, very nice, and I definitely wasn't expecting those kind of battles on this track. At the end, the race went out like a bit of a night candle here. The last few laps weren't too entertaining.
Wow.
But we certainly, the first few, made up for it.
Definitely. JRT Salt, welcome. We'll not include your audio. I'm going to give you a quick interview. Can you hear me? Okay. Obviously, your first race here. Tonight you came as a reserve, but yeah, a podium, P3. Are you a little bit annoyed about that penalty? Do you think P2? No, like I mean, obviously P2 was on the cards. How are you feeling about your Dutch Grand Prix tonight?
Well, I'm not feeling too great considering I just got absolutely roasted by my teammate Bourbon. But about the actual race, yeah, it was okay. I accidentally turned in on someone at turn 1, so sorry to whoever that was my bad. Other than that, yeah, I had to, because it's Netherlands, you got to make some pretty aggressive moves to get past, which I did. And at the end, after the safety car, which really didn't help me, I basically slid my way past on ice cold tyres past Vizzy. And yeah, I was just trying to get a gap to 4th because I knew I had the penalty from like early on. And I managed it by 0.03. It was like, how close can you get?
Obviously, the restart was quite a bummer. You lost a good 1.5 seconds off the restart. What happened? You definitely got caught out by Bruno Will bolting off the start.
Bruno Will is a load of words I can't say for doing the restart the way he did. He basically froze everyone's tyres and then launched off. and we couldn't launch off because we were still stuck in the middle of the corner, and the traction control thing, which is active under safety cars, that was still active. So we shot off up the distance, and we couldn't move because it was just going and preventing you from actually going. So I was like, what the hell was that? So I slid off the track trying to catch up because I just had ice cold tires. They were down like 75 degrees. It was ridiculous.
Okay. Well, anyway, a podium, well done, and we hope to see you in Spain next week.
Yeah, hopefully I can do a bit better than that. But no one's catching Bruno Will. I think that's safe to say.
Thank you. BC, hello. You'd like to include your audio if you haven't already. Last week we had China. That was an absolute shambles. You picked up a podium there, your first podium. That got cancelled. That got demolished. But you picked up a podium here in Netherlands. Your first podium. How are you feeling? That will count. How does it feel? You definitely had some decent pace there this evening.
Yeah. First, even Salt already left the party. GG's to him, a great pace. He would obviously get the P2 if it wasn't a penalty. And well, I think the most important thing again today was get the lap done in the quali. Again, a P2 just behind Bruno. But I opened the lap with 5% tires, so I think you guys watched mid soft. My mid soft sync was horrible. Lost everything. The start was very good, and make it to follow Bruno in the first 3-4 laps, but then just hot tires, high wear, and Salt overtook me. But the safety car helped me so much because I was doing not a cheap pace, but I made so many mistakes, which helped to throw Kevin off the podium. I'm feeling kind of bad, but yeah, finally P2, second in a row, and I hope I can keep the pace to one season.
Yes. Well, we wish you luck in Spain. Thank you, Bram, for joining me in the commentary box this evening for the Dutch Grand Prix. That concludes, everyone, your Dutch Grand Prix. Do join LOS Mercury and JRT Matty tomorrow for the Tier 2 Dutch Grand Prix. But if you don't want to join in on that, which would be pretty, not a good decision.
Annoying.
Because Tier 2 is going to be amazing tomorrow. But if you do not want to see me and Bram out on track tomorrow, you can always join me and Bram back next week at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for round 4, but round 3, shouldn't speaking, of Tier 1. We'll see you next week for the Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona. We'll see you then.
Tot volgende week. Dankjewel voor het kijken.